All right, so cool. This is super simple. How do I go about setting it all up? How do I put my own pricing in or my own logo?
So we tried to make that as simple as possible. I know that a lot of other programs out there, it can take you days to set up your studio sales software. So just open up Gallery Designer, and then this little settings icon right here. This is where all of your pricing and everything's set up. First thing you can do is you can select the lab or labs that you work with. If you work with a lot of different labs all the time, just choose the generic standard because all the sizes are in there, and when you print a canvas, it's always printed the same size resolution, no matter where you're at.
Right.
Same with prints and metals and all of that.
Right.
And then from here, set up your pricing, and you can bulk set up pricing. So for example, for me, canvas, wood, metal, I price them all the same because they're very similar.
Right.
So I can check those, and from there I can scroll through and I can turn certain sizes on and off, and then set the bulk pricing for those items all in one fell swoop, right? So for example, let's say a 10 by 10 canvas is $500. I've just set that for canvas, metal, wood, all at the same time.
Very cool. Simple.
And then collections, I like to create maybe 4 or 5 different wall collages using canvas, metal, and wood, and then do the same with frame prints, but they're priced differently and sell them at different times.
Right.
So I like to put them in their own bucket.
Cool.
So you can create up to 5 buckets. So I have a bucket metal and canvas collections, and then a bucket framed print collections.
Awesome.
And so when I go into my quick design picker, I can toggle between those two and choose which one I want to show the client.
Very cool.
Same with composites, and composite is just a canvas with multiple photos on it versus multiple photos on multiple canvases.
Sure.
Your logo and legal, click here to choose your logo. Paper size, if you're in a country that uses A4 standard, you can make that A4 standard. And then your legalese, which is, by signing this invoice, you agree to
You
this
can't
order.
back out.
No take back.
Yeah.
And then tax and VAT, the currency symbol, what your tax rate is, and then whether you want to add that tax on top of the price, like we do with most state taxes here, or in some countries it's included in the price, so we aren't adding that on the top, so you can toggle that on and off. And that's it for the pricing setup. Now for collages, it's simply a matter of just diving in, design what you want, and we have our live designing, right? You can just that's crazy.
Cool. So that's changing the size as you move it.
That's changing the size, right? So now I have 30 by 24 is a set of 3. This pin icon, I can choose to save it to the collections or composites. And when I save it to my collections, I can choose to save it in the frame print group or the metal and canvas group, and then name it. We're going to call this one the Robert, and then we price it. And then the display order, you can see behind this window there are about 5 or 6 different collections. So I can say I want this to be the 3rd one in line, and then when I save that, it's going to show up right there. And so when I press that, it's going to apply that. So now when I go back to my layouts, I can go to, for example, my framed prints, which I've saved a few. I can apply that, and then I can choose frame print for my product type, and then my frames.
You have all these different frames.
And we have all these different frames, and so then you can supply the frames.
Very cool.
So, very easy. Set everything up in the settings tab of the Gallery Designer module, which is right there. And then you can set all that up, and then as you save your layouts, you can price them and decide what bucket you want to put them in so you can present them easy to your clients.
That's rad. I love it.
So that's easy. I think that if you sit down, maximum a couple hours, maybe even less, and you have your entire studio sales software set up.
Awesome.
All right. Okay. Thanks guys for watching, and we hope this video series gets you up and running doing remote sales and gets you as successful as this guy over here and just crush it in your sales with all of your wedding, portrait, engagement shoots.